All right, shalom, shalom. First and foremost, I would like to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahawah, bahasham, Yahawashi, bahasham, Rawchaa Qadash. Double honors to the apostles, elders, great millstones, citations to Allah, my dear pushing His truth, and all truth and sincerity, diligently throughout the four corners. All right, I'm Brother Shamar Month from GMS Miami. Okay, coming to y'all with another live stream. As you see the title of the live stream, it says Brightburn, take the world, kingdom. Okay, now viewer discretion is advised. Okay, if you're not tuning in or if you watch it later, uh, if you haven't seen the movie, you might want to stop the video at this point, watch the movie first, and get back to this video. All right, and the reason behind this topic is because me and the brothers a few days ago went to go see the movie Brightburn. Okay, which was a real edifying video, a real heavy video. I mean movie. I said video. Real edifying movie, a real heavy movie. Okay, and it's due to the fact that how the plot line was. Okay, and the movie starts with this boy that's 12. Starts at his 12-year-old life, so to say. That's why all this action happens. But before then, I you have his parents, trying to, well, not his parents. You have a group of people, a man and a woman, trying to, have kids or whatnot, and not able to, and they hear a thud in their yard. All right, and come to find out that big old thud that they heard was the main character in Brightburn, which his name was Brendan. All right, Brendan Byer or Breyer, I think, if I'm not mistaken. He ends up being a dude or a child from an outside source, okay, out of space, okay, interstellar person, okay, so to say. And when he hits 12, that's when he starts to get these strange powers, so to say, which were always within him. Now, what's crazy about it and what's beautiful about it is the fact that his first encounter with it, he gets a huge download, man. He gets a huge download, and that's when he starts to receive these powers. And then next thing you know, he decodes the message that ends up being "take the world." Okay, now to me, it is symbolic to us because at the end of the day, we have our power within us, man. Okay, Yahawashi has this has given us the law, statutes, commandments. Okay, has dealt with us, and it's in us. Okay, we always bring out the fact of I believe it's education, which means to bring out. Okay, and all right, so we have to get educated on who we are to bring out the truth about it and to bring out that power out of us, so to say. Okay, now when the Lord tapped us to come into the truth, it's like He gave us a download, man. That's when we started realizing shit. And same thing with him. He started realizing things. And then that's when he ended up getting the truth, which was he was from an outside source. Okay. Shalom. All right. He realized his parents tells him the truth, or his step parents tells him the truth. And that's when he realizes he's from an outside source, outside place, and he's full of power. Okay. Now that equates to us because at the end of the day, we have that power, and the Lord is about to manifest that power within us again. All right, and when he deems it right. Okay. Now, enough talking. I want to get some precepts. All right, and I'll have a little clip on the side so you brothers can see as well. Let me see. Touch screen. All right. Now on the right, you see this is a piece of the movie, so to say. This is when he drew in his notebook. I believe his stepmother was looking through his notebook, and you have him on top of a whole bunch of skulls. All right, and he was taking over, man. Okay. Now I want to start here in Jeremiah 17:4, and it reads, "And thou even thyself shalt discontinue from thy heritage that I gave thee, and I will cause thee to serve thy enemies in the land which thou knowest not, for ye have kindled a fire in mine anger, which shall burn forever. Okay, and then we have discontinued from our heritage as a whole. The Lord cast us off. The falling away happened. All right, and we got led away into captivity from the west coast of Africa, all right, to the Americas. Okay, and the Northern Kingdom was over here already. Okay, and they were going astray as well, going off. And over here in America, we were both oppressed together, being the Northern and Southern Kingdom being oppressed together and being far removed from our power and from our homeland. All right. Now that's symbolic that's the movie was symbolic to this precept right here, being the fact that he went 12 years not knowing who he was, man. Okay. 12 years he went, all right, not knowing that he had this power within him, not knowing why he was uniquely smarter than everybody, man. All right. All right, and that's how we were before the Lord woke us up to this truth, man. We went however long that we went, not knowing who we were in this lifetime, man. All right, me myself personally, I believe I came to this truth when I was 18, going on 19, man. All right, and I'm, I've been in this truth ever since, man. And there's different brothers on different age groups, variations, or however. Whenever they came to the truth, they went all that time, all right, not knowing who they were, man. Okay, not knowing who they were, being taught lies, just like in the movie, all right. After his stepmother revealed to him what he was and who he really was, he kind of spazzed out. He was like, "You lied to me. You are liars. You lied. You lied." And that's how we felt coming into this truth too. The world lied to us, man. Okay. Now let's move on, because at the end of the day, like I said, we discontinued from our heritage, man. Now let's see, let's get a few glimpses of what our heritage comprised of, being the fact that the Lord dealt with us on a mighty scale, man. Okay, we got instances like King David slaying lions and and things of that nature. You got the mighty men, King David's mighty men that were going, just slaying and putting animals to death. King David slew Goliath, man, by the power of Yahawashi. All right, Samson killed those thousands of Philistines with the jawbone of an ass by the spirit and power of Yahawashi. Even all the way to Abraham going to go rescue Lot. Okay, going to go rescue Lot with his with his trained servants by the power of Yahawashi, man. All right, when we're in tune with our power, when we're in tune and locked in with the spirit and power of Yahawashi, okay, power comes from that, man. Just like in the movie it showed you, once he understood who he was and he tapped into it heavenly, all right, all his strength and power manifested, man. Okay, so like I said, let's move on. This is you can read this whole book. Chapter is a good chapter, but I'm just gonna get to the point. This is Joshua chapter 6 and verse 15, and this is when we were getting the Jericho. All right, and it reads, "Now the Lord gave Joshua specific instructions to do." Now this is the end all be all of all those instructions that were given to him, which Joshua executed, man. All right, and it reads Joshua 6 and 15. "And it came to pass on the seventh day that they rose early about the dawning of the day, and compassed the city after the same manner 7 times. Only on that day they compassed the city 7 times, because every the other 6 days they compassed the city once, and on the 7th day the Lord told them to compass it 7 times. All right, and it came to pass at the 7th time, when the priests blew the trumpets, Joshua and said unto the people, Shout, for the Lord Yahawah had given you the city, and the city shall be a curse, even it and all that are therein. To the Lord Yahawah only Rahab the harlot shall live, she and all that are with her in the house, because she hid the messengers that we sent. And ye in any wise keep yourselves, and ye in any wise keep yourselves from the accursed thing, lest ye make yourselves accursed when ye take of the accursed thing and make the camp of Israel a curse and trouble it. Okay, and it reads, but all the silver and gold and vessels of brass and iron and are consecrated unto the Lord Yahawah, they shall come into the treasury of the Lord Yahawah bahasham Yahawashi. So the people shouted when the priest blew the trumpets, and it came to pass when the people heard the sound of the trumpet, and the people shouted with a great shout, that the wall fell down flat, so that the people went up into the city, every man straight before him, and they took the city. And they utterly destroyed all that was in the city, both man and woman, young and old, and ox and sheep and ass, and with the edge of the sword. With the edge of the sword. Okay? But Joshua had said unto the two men that had spied out the country, go into the harlot's house and bring out thence the woman and all that she hath, as ye swear unto her. All right. And we keep going. I just keep reading. And the young men that were spies went in and brought out Rahab and her father and her mother and her brethren and all that she had. And they brought out all her kindred and left them without the camp of Israel. And they burnt the city with fire and all that was therein. Only the silver and the gold and the vessels of brass and iron they put into the treasury of the house of the Lord Yahawah bahasham Yahawashi. And Joshua saved Rahab the harlot alive, and her father's household, and all that she had, and she dwelt in Israel even unto this day, because she hid the messengers which Joshua sent to spy out Jericho. And Joshua adjured them at that time, saying, cursed be the man before the Lord Yahawah that rise up and buildeth this city Jericho. He shall lay the foundation thereof in his firstborn, and in his youngest son shall he set up the gate of thereof, the gate of it. Salakia. Verse 27. So the Lord Yahawah was with Joshua, and his fame was noised throughout all the country. All right. Now that was by the strength of Yahawah bahasham Yahawashi that Joshua in the camp was able to overcome. All right, Jericho. All right. And it happened by a miraculous way that nobody ever thought of, man. Okay. Being that the Lord instructed Joshua and the priests in Israel to circle Jericho and then shout, and then the wall would come down, and it actually did, man. Okay. And that's the type of power that we're going to have again, man. Now, we had this power before, but due to our disobedience and due to our error, we lost that power, man. Now the Lord is raising that power back within us through the spirit of power, Yahawashi, as long to gain that power again, man. All right. Let's move on. Make sure this video is still going. All right. The next precept I want to get is 2 Samuel chapter 22. Salakia. All right, I start at 29. For thou art my lamp, O Lord Yahawah bahasham Yahawashi, and the Lord Yahawah bahasham Yahawashi will lighten my darkness. For by thee have I run through a troop, and by my power have I leaped over a wall. Okay, so by the strength and power of Yahawah bahasham Yahawashi, King David was able to run through troops and leap over walls, man. Okay, by the spirit and power of Yahawashi, man. That's the type of force that we have with us when we are all in one accord with the spirit and power of Yahawashi. Okay, just like Brendan, once he got into that, once he tapped into the spirit, okay, of his chariot, so to say, once him and his chariot was linked together again, all right, that power was brought out of him, man. And it all came by way of one night of a download, of a heavy download that he got, man. Okay. Let's keep reading verse 31. And it reads, as for the Most High, his way is perfect. The word of the Lord Yahawah is tried. He is a buckler to all them that trust in him. For who is the Most High, save the Lord Yahawah, who is a rock, save our power. The Most High is my strength and power, and he maketh my way perfect. All right, so Yahawah Ba'Shem Yahawashi is our strength and our power, man. All right, the Lord is going to make us fly, man. We can't fly by ourselves, man. The Lord is going to make us have heat, lasers come out of our eyes, man. We can't do that by ourselves, but yet that force lies within us, man. And it's our job to continue to seek Yahawah Ba'Shem Yahawashi in truth and sincerity. All right, to refine ourselves more and more, so that in that day when it's time for the Lord to dish out that power, we be found worthy. All right, and we be found in one unison with the Spirit to receive that heavy download, to be able to pull a whole oak tree by the trunk out of the ground and swing it like a baseball bat, man. All right. Verse 34. He maketh my feet like hinds' feet, and setteth me upon my high places. All right. He teacheth my hands to war, so that a bow of steel is broken by my arm. All right. So the Lord is going to he's gonna give us a real download, man. All right, a real download, man. Okay. Let's move on. This is Baruch chapter 3, verse 7. And for this cause thou hast put thy fear in our hearts, to the intent that we should call upon thy name and praise thee in our captivity. All right. You know what? Let me read up. Verse 6. For thou art the Lord our power, and thee, O Lord, will we praise. And we are to praise Yahawashi, man. All right, because the same way, okay, like I be telling brothers down here in Miami, you know, me personally, I feel like, Lord's will we be part of the elect. All right, I feel like the Lord always allowed the elect members to die with a piece of him, man, a piece of that faith. All right, they went to the grave knowing that the Lord was going to accomplish what he said he was going to accomplish within the nation of Israel, man, starting with the elect, man. All right, now here's a perfect example, because verse 7, it says this, and for this cause thou hast put thy fear in our hearts, man. The Lord is the one who put it in our spirits to fear him, man. Okay, just like he put it in the spirits of 2/3, in the spirits of Esau, and the spirit of the heathens, to rebel against him and to harden he hardened their hearts, man. All right, that's something to be grateful and thankful for, man, that the Lord put within our spirits to fear him, man. Okay, to the intent that we should call upon thy name and praise thee in the land of our captivity. And he caused us to do this, man. All right, for we have called to mind all the iniquity of our forefathers that sinned before thee. Okay, and that's what we've done when the Lord woke us up to this truth, man. We called the sins of our forefathers, all right, to remembrance, man. We brought it up and we were like, whoa, this is what caused us to lead away. This is what caused us to fall away from our power, idolatry. Now let me not be an idol worship no more, man. All right, and that's where you start to see, when you first come in the truth. You may have certain relics or statues or whatever in your house, whether it be of Cesare Borgia, you might have had those prayer beads and those little bracelets with the saints on it and whatnot. You find yourself taking them and throwing them out, breaking them. All right, you stop going to church. You stop eating pork. You stop worshiping or participating in these holidays like Christmas and things like that, because you're calling these sins of your forefathers to mind that caused us to lead astray, because those are the things that led us astray from the Heavenly Father. Those are the things that made us err. Those are the things that made us lose our power, man, and our strength. Okay, things like idol worship and adultery. Okay, and the eating of the swine. All right, and etc. And the list goes on. All right. So here it is. We lost our heritage because we went off, man. And the Lord, the Lord keeping the spirit within us. All right, the water Yahawashi for that woke us up in due season when it was our time to wake up by His will. Okay, and making us realize where our errors were, and showing us how much strength that we had before. Now we have to seek the Lord 10 times more, man, so we can receive that strength and that power again, man. All right. That's enough of that. All right. Because at the end of the day, once we did that, once you have that mind to call the sins of our forefathers to mind, Yahawashi ends up coming and supping with you, man. Revelation 3:20. Behold, I stand at the door and knock. If any man hear my voice and open the door, I will come into him and will sup with him and he with me. All right. And the Lord has done that, man. Yahawashi has done that. He has gone into his men and supped with his men, man. Gave us downloads, man, breakdowns. All right. Kept our spirits, man. All right. And this is a beautiful thing. And this is all leading up to us getting the power, because Yahawashi supping with us and guiding us and controlling us. He's going to control us to that victory, man, to that salvation that we so much yearn after, man. And if we continue in this light, which is Yahawashi, we continue in Him, man. Guess what's going to end up happening, man? Jeremiah 51:20, man. Thou art my battle action weapons of war. For with thee will I break in pieces the nations, and with thee will I destroy kingdoms, man. The Lord is going to use us, man. He's going to use us as battle axes and weapons of war, man. Okay? Micah 5:7. And the remnant of Jacob shall be in the midst of many people, as they do from the Lord Yahawah, as they do from the Lord Yahawah, as the showers upon the grass, that tarrieth not for man, nor waiteth for the sons of men. And the remnant of Jacob shall be among the Gentiles in the midst of many people, as a lion among the beasts of the forest, as a young lion among the flocks of sheep, who, if he go through, both treadeth down and teareth in pieces, and none can deliver, man. Okay, thine enemies, thine hand shall be lift up upon thine adversaries, and all thine enemies shall be cut off, man. All right. And the Lord is going to use us to do this, man. He's going to use us to execute some of his vengeance, man. Okay. This is Daniel chapter 7, verse 18. You know what? Before I do that, let me get Ezekiel real quick. Ezekiel 25:13. Thus saith the Lord, power Yahawashi, I will also stretch out my hand upon Edom, and will cut off man and beast from it, and I will make it desolate from Teman, and they of Dedan shall fall by the sword. And I will lay my vengeance upon Edom by the hand of my people Israel. All right, so the Lord is going to use his people Israel, but not all Israel he's going to use. The Lord is going to use the Israel of the Most High, man. All right, because as the scriptures say, not all Israel is of Israel, man. Okay, because there's a certain amount of the nation of Israel who refuse to turn back, who refuse to call the sins of their forefathers to mind and repent. Okay. Now the ones of the nation of Israel who have repented and continue in that repentful mindset and seeking the Lord is going to use them, all right, to execute that vengeance upon the nation of Edom, man, and upon the whole world, man. Okay, because when you go back to Micah, it tells you the remnant, that remnant of Jacob, all right, that's the elect, man, that the Lord is going to use, man. It says they were as dew from the Lord, man. So the Lord is going to send us, all right, to lift up our hands upon our adversaries and cut off our enemies, man. Okay. Because when you jump down in Micah 5:15, saying, I will execute vengeance in my anger and fury upon the heathen, such as they have not heard. And part of the things that they have not heard is the Lord's men flying, busting up from under the ground and wrecking shit, man. Like you saw in that movie Brightburn, man. Man was using dribbling motherfuckers like a basketball, part of my French. All right, Goldberg speared a motherfucker, man, to smithereens, man. Okay. Picked up a truck, dropped it, to made the dude jaw hit the ground, that the dude literally was in shock. He had to pick up his jaw from off the ground, man. Took a bitch to damn near close to outer space and dropped her, man. All right. These are the things that the Lord is going to put within his men, all right, in that time of judgment, to execute his vengeance with anger and fury upon the heathen and the world, man, of things they have not heard of, man. The scriptures tell you, one of us is going to put hundreds to flight, man. Okay. Back to Ezekiel 25 and verse 14. And I will lay my vengeance upon Edom by the hand of my people Israel, and they shall do in Edom according to mine anger and according to my fury, and they shall know my vengeance, saith the Lord Yahawah bahasham Yahawashi. Did we not just read that the Lord said he was going to execute vengeance in his anger and his fury? And over in Ezekiel, the Lord said he was going to use Israel to execute, to lay down that vengeance, man. Because at the end of the day, the scriptures tell you that Yahawashi went through, and no man roughly paraphrase that he did it by himself. I believe in Isaiah 63. Okay, but the Lord is going to use his men. Now, when we get those power, we're going to attribute, all right, all the slain to the Lord, man. It's going to be tallied up to the Lord, man. It's going to be a beautiful thing, man. All right. We're going to Brightburn this bit. All right. Daniel 7 and I start at 13. And I saw in the night visions, and behold, one like the Son of Man came with the clouds of heaven, Yahawashi, and came to the ancient of days, and they brought him near before him. And there was given him dominion and glory and a kingdom, that all people, nations, and languages shall serve him. His dominion is an everlasting dominion, which shall not pass away, and his kingdom that which shall not be destroyed, man. Okay, so Yahawashi has that dominion and that glory, and he's going to run this kingdom, man, that's to come. And guess who's going to run it with him, man? His elect, man, the chosen, because we're going to be joint heirs, man. All right, we sons of the Most High. If sons, then heirs, joint heirs with the Lord, man. Okay. Jumping down to verse 18, but the saints of the Most High shall take the kingdom and possess the kingdom forever, even forever and ever, man. Okay. And who's the saints, man? Israel, man. But not all Israel, man. The Israel of the Most High at this time, man, are the real saints, man. And we the ones, Lord's will we part of that elect. We the ones that's gonna get that heavy download, okay? That Brendan got, all right? And we're gonna get the powers times infinity that Brendan had, man, to execute that vengeance in the world, man. Okay. So with that, Lord's will, this video is edifying. Again, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahawah, bahasham, Yahawashi, bahasham, Rawchaa Qadash, and double honors to the apostles and elders, great millstone, citations to Allah, keep out there pushing the truth and all truth and sincerity diligently throughout the four corners. Yahawashi, bahasham, Rawchaa Qadash, Shalom.